When you take a close look at a Hublot case like this, I think even with a short period of time, you come away with the impression of the complexity and the number of components it has. And then, in fact, if you go a little deeper, which you won't have if you're in a boutique, but we have here in the Hublot factory, the diagram of a Hublot case and how many components, in fact, there are, you can really begin to understand there's a lot involved in making the case. But it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper because of the kind of materials that are being used, and in particular, cases made of carbon fiber or cases made of Texalium. And Jean-Pierre, who is next to me, is going to explain some of the different steps that are involved in making all of these many components that will go into the case out of these materials. Bonjour,
Jean-Pierre. Merci.
Oui. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer Can you explain the process, the various steps to make a component like this out of carbon fiber or Texalium?
Tout à fait. Donc, comme tout matériau,
Indeed. As with all composite materials, the first step is to obtain the material that comes as a sheet.
That's a sheet.
Yes, carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
voilà. Donc, comme elle fait environ 0,2 mm d'épaisseur,
And because it is about 0.2 millimeters in thickness, if you want to make a component like this, which we can use to fabricate a piece of the case, which is about 2 millimeters thick, it will take 10 layers of sheets like this, superimposed one over the other.
And that is the form to arrive at a piece like this.
usiné, un composant.
Machined to be one of the components you showed on the diagram a bit earlier.
Okay.
Donc, pour mettre en forme toutes ces feuilles,
So, to make the form like this, all of the sheets, carbon fiber or Texalium, we have to fabricate a mold in which we can put the layers and then polymerize the resin that is embedded in the sheets.
qui est contenue dans ces feuilles, de sorte à obtenir ensuite, une fois qu'on a démoulé,
In the mold, you can easily see all the layers superimposed to make the piece that will become the part.
de la pièce qui viendra extraite du moule,
You put the mold in the oven, and afterwards you take out a piece like this.
une pièce comme ça.
Et ça arrive ici. And this arrives here in this form because the processing takes place in Lausanne. Ça se trouve à Lausanne.
Nous avons une société avec qui nous avons un contrat.
We work with a company with whom we've had a contract for a long time. We work with them because we can fabricate the mold,
Par contre, pour pouvoir polymériser cette résine,
but for polymerizing the resin, they have the ovens and vacuum pumps which are needed.
mettre en forme ces composants pour obtenir.
Et est-ce que ça ressemble? Does this resemble the process used for cars?
Tout à fait. Donc, si c'est cette société-là avec qui nous travaillons,
Exactly. This company is well known in the Formula One world. They make different parts for Formula One, like spoilers, scoops for the motor, etc.
ces gens sont habitués.
They're used to paying attention to design details. For example, for a watch case, there are things that are very important. We want all the small squares to be perfectly aligned on the angle, and we don't want marks in different directions. We can't have that. Our design demands that the fibers are aligned in the 12 to 6 o'clock direction.
Donc, toutes ces exigences de qualité design qui sont demandées,
This partner can fulfill all our design requirements.
Et lorsqu'on voit, when you look at a part like this, one with a color blue, are there other things that have to be mastered beyond what you do for carbon fiber that's black? Fibre de carbone, qui est noir.
Exact. Alors, c'est exactement ce que vous dites. La fibre de carbone.
It's exactly what you said. Carbon fiber always has this black color characteristic, anthracite black with the small squares. It's not possible to add color to carbon fiber. So we have a solution with Texalium. Texalium consists of an integration of fiberglass with the carbon.
Avec le carbone, car la fibre de verre, elle, peut être mise en couleur. Donc c'est la fibre de verre qui va
The fiberglass can be colored blue like this, or gray like this. So we can make color come out with the carbon.
Sortir cette couleur à travers notre carbone et lui donner la couleur que l'on veut.
Est-ce que vous avez Do you have an example of the different layers of fiberglass and carbon fiber?
Bien sûr. Donc, si on ouvre un moule qui a été préparé,
Of course, when we open the mold which we prepared, you can see the layers of carbon and finally the layer of fiberglass, and this fiberglass will be colored like you want, with some transparency down to the layer of the carbon fiber. This gives us the effect that we want. It's not a surface coating, it's integrated.
So that arrives more or less in the same form as the carbon fiber.
It's the same form.
And it's machined more or less with the same method.
Absolutely, with the same machine.